Welcome to the Sports Bros Podcast, featuring the almighty B-Live, the money man Scottie D, and your host, the head of creative Eddy Kool. The Sports Bros Podcast, by the fan, for the fan, talking sports just the way you like it. And without any further ado, let's give it up for the Sports Bros. We talking sports. Oh, we're back. Who yes? Ladies and gentlemen, I go by the name of Eddy Kool, and what's going on, world? This be your boy Eddy Kool, and welcome to the 159th installment or episode of the Sports Bros Podcast. You're probably looking at me like, Eddy, how are you flailing around? What are you doing? I said, well, I'm going to be like Pat McAfee, and I'm not going to sit down for this whole entire episode. The chair is right here. This ass ain't in it, all right? So with that being said, welcome to another episode of the Sports Bros Podcast. I missed y'all. We missed y'all. But enough of my incoherent rambling. I have two of the best co-hosts in the world that are back and happy to be back. Introducing first, the almighty B-Live.
What's going on in the world today? I'm sorry, I'm out of practice. It's your turn. Go ahead, B-Live.
You gonna start it with? We gonna start it with?
Yeah.
It's been a while. I got confused. Go ahead.
I'm gonna confuse you in a second. Don't you? We've been going strong for 159 episodes. This is how we're gonna do things after a 2-week hiatus. All right, let me see. Sweet Caroline.
Let's go, Pitt.
No. So I guess I sing and you start with the line. All right. Anyway, like we were trying to do before, what's happening? What's going on in the world today? This be your boy, the almighty B-Live, 1/3 of the Sports Bros Podcast. Man, oh man, 2 weeks is way too long to be away from my peoples. Oh, way too much has been going on in the world of sports. We're not going to shove 2 weeks into this episode. We're just going to stick to the most current things that's going on. NBA Finals, NHL, Stanley Cup Playoffs is coming down to the nitty gritty. 2 teams left in the NBA, 4 teams left in the NHL. Oh my goodness. This is what playoffs is all about. Let's talk about it. Let's not talk about how the fact that the Penguins didn't make it. Let's not talk about the fact that the Hurricanes didn't make it. Let's talk about how the Hornets never win anything. Let's not just introduce the other guy because I got depressed real quick.
Oh boy, we can't do that now on this show, all right? Then we got the other guy. He is the pride of Washington, Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, the main event. Next caller, please, himself, the money man, Scottie D.
I miss you much. Oh, I miss you much. I really miss you much. I missed you, B-Live. I missed you, Eddy Kool. I missed all of you who I did not get to spend any time with last week. And B-Live, I really did miss you. I know you look forward to our weekly visits here for educational purposes, and you were on your own this past 2 weeks. But we are back, and I'm ready to help educate you a little bit and bring you up to speed. Yeah, man, bring you up to speed.
If you interrupt me one more time, I'm gonna educate you.
I'm sorry. I was so excited. I jumped out of Turner. I was so excited.
Jesus Christ. Eddy Kool, you better Amtrak this thing. We already off the rails.
Oh boy, here we go. We're not even 10 minutes into the damn show, and here we go. All right, let's go ahead and hop into it. The top of the order. All right, let's get this thing started. Here it is, the top of the order. The NBA Finals, hot and heavy. The last time we were on Sports Bros Podcast, we didn't know who was in the finals, but now we know. And right now we're currently at game 2, and the series is tied 1-1. I'm sorry, what was it be like? Game 3?
We're going into game 3. Okay. We've tied up 1-1. All the other semantics. Man, where do we begin when it comes to the series, though? Because it's quarter by quarter. Mm-hmm. These teams are completely different. You can't even say game by game. It's quarter by quarter, and who's gonna be the X factor? Who's gonna be it? It looks like right now Steph Curry is going to be Steph Curry. He's going to get you 30 points. He's going to do his thing. Looks like on the other side, Jason Tatum, he's going to get you 25 to 30 points. He's going to do his thing. But I don't even know what to say.
Well,
like the third quarter.
That definitely is new since the last 2 weeks.
We're right, but that's what I'm saying, because watching both of these games, third quarter Warriors, that's a cheat code, by the way. That is a complete cheat code. Like, Boston needs to figure that out. But what Boston did in the fourth quarter in game one, they was like, we got our own up, down, left, right, A, B, select, start.
Shut them down.
Like Al Horford, all right. He said, hey, allow me to reintroduce myself. This is my first finals game. Let me let y'all know they don't know who we be. You know what I'm saying? Al Horford was playing 0 games, but then game 2, where 3 of the 5 Boston starters scored 2 points or less. Marcus Smart, what happened? Like, Robert Williams, what happened? Al Horford, what happened? They had to Golden State say, you know what, y'all ain't about to do this again. And that shut down. And Jason Tatum had 28 points, but his plus minus for game 2 was minus 36 points. For those that don't know what plus minus is, it's how many points your team scores while you're on the floor, plus or minus what the opponent scores while you're on the court. So while Jason Tatum was on the court for game 2, Golden State outscored Boston 36 points while Jason Tatum was on the court, which is by far the worst ever in a finals appearance since they started doing this stat back in 2000. Yeah.
This series should be 2-0. Let's be honest. Golden State coughed up game 1 in a terrible, terrible way, because that's whenever Jason Tatum, although he played decent as far as distributing the ball and rebounds, he did not have a good scoring night. And all of a sudden, these other guys who you just said got 2 points apiece in game 2, they went off in that first game. They were shooting the lights out. And you know that's not going to happen every time. But I still don't. One thing that's bothering me about game 1, you come in and Golden State's very well rested. They hadn't played in close to a week, I think. The Celtics had like 3 nights rest, 4 nights, whatever it was. Okay, you're going to play game 1 Thursday. You're then going to be off Friday, Saturday, and play again Sunday night. Why is Steph Curry getting rested? This guy was hotter than a pistol in the first quarter. I think he had, 22 points in the first quarter of the first game, 0 in the second quarter. He's sitting on the bench resting. When the guy's that hot, what are you saving him for? He's been resting all week to play this game, and he's going to get an additional game, day of rest before the second game. Why are you bottling him up? I thought that was terrible, because then at halftime, the Warriors were facing, I think, a 2-point deficit. Whatever. Then you said, like you said, B-Lab, they went off in the third quarter, get hot again. And then it was like they let off the gas. It's like, we got this. Game's under control. And the Celtics did not quit playing. They just kept they kept coming up. And I was watching this game with my dad, and I said, right as soon as the fourth quarter started, Golden State had like 3 possessions in a row where they took a bad three, and a turnover. And I said, they are letting off. They are not, they have no intensity right now. That's 3 bad possessions. And at that point, I think Boston went from like a 16-point deficit down to 11. They scored off of these bad possessions. There's no way if you're Golden State, you cannot allow that to happen. You should be up 2-0 going back to Boston. And it got completely away from them, because they ended up losing by double digits. They went from up 15 to losing by 12.
They lost by 12, and it actually wasn't even that close. It was more of a blowout. I was gonna say, it was bad, and Boston kept scoring. They ended up scoring 40 points in the fourth quarter of the first game. I'm like, well, I blinked and Boston just ran with it. They just kept going. I'm like, so y'all play 3 quarters in San Francisco, San Jose region. Y'all just play 3 quarters. Y'all play a 4th quarter because that's exactly what happened. But I agree with you, Scottie D. I think that Golden State is a better team. But here's the thing: who's hungrier? Because now at this point in time, you've seen 2 different versions of each team.
Yeah. And Boston is not going to be as hot as they were in the 4th quarter going back to Boston, but they're not going to be as bad as they were in game 2 either. Mm-hmm. So Boston is somewhere in between what we saw in the first 2 games. The way I think, they have more of a toughness, I think, though.
Yeah, that's where like it's going to be interesting because you see Golden State's toughness too, but now we're going into Boston. Boston has claimed home court advantage now because of that win on the road. So now
and it's 3 games, right? They still do the 2-3-2 format from mistake.
It's 2-2-1-1-1. I want to say
in the finals. Are we sure?
I can look it up real quick. I'm saying throw some things together.
That does sound. What do you say? With 2.
I want to because it used to be 2-3-2.
Yeah,
I want to say they changed that format because once again you're putting that extra time in between games like they didn't used to do. I didn't understand why you put 2 games in between the home games, but that's me. I mean, not understanding nothing.
That's them wanting to get Sunday night primetime game, I believe, is what that was all about.
Yeah, I think so too. Like, hey, Sunday night, there's nothing going on. It's June. It's the summertime. So let's go ahead and get that primetime spot. You guys are right about that. But as you said, like, it's a tale of 2 different teams. I remember watching game 1. I was like, okay, they started, Golden State started off cold. And then, Steph Curry had 21 points before the end of the 1st quarter. And, so I'm like, right. Okay, well, he's going to be Steph Curry doing Steph Curry. And somehow, some way, they just ran it down the leg.
It is 2-2-1-1-1. Game 5 is in Golden State.
Okay.
And then we see Boston do what they do, and it's like just like you said. Going into each game, we don't know who the hell we're gonna get. We don't know. We do not know. We have no idea.
But what we're going to need to see if Golden State is going to win this thing, and they've already squandered 1 game, we know that much. They gave 1 back and lost their home court, and they can still get that back, I believe. But they have got to get Klay Thompson moving somehow because he is not scoring well. I mean, he's one of the greatest 3-point shooters of all time. Mm-hmm. The greatest is his teammate, and that's how they became the Splash Brothers because you're not a Splash Brother without a second guy. And Klay Thompson for years now has been Steph's other brother out there, and he's been ice cold these first couple of games. And I know you need other production from other guys, and you might get it from Poole 1 game, you might get it from Wiggins 1 game, but you gotta have it at some point from Klay Thompson if the Warriors are going to win this thing. That's the way I feel about it. I mean, I think he's too good to stay that cold. And maybe he's not right. I mean, I know he's still kind of playing his way back into trying to be who he used to be, and he's had flashes of that, but he hasn't had flashes of it yet in the first 2 games of the NBA Finals. So Klay Thompson's going to have to show up in a big way, I think, in order for Golden State to make up that first blown game. That's the way I think about it. I still think Golden State's the better team, but I don't know if they are, like B-Live said, you hate to say hungry because I can't imagine anybody being hungrier than Steph right now as far as wanting to get a Finals MVP, wanting to get another trophy after 2 terrible years, getting a trophy independent of Kevin Durant. These guys, you can't be much more hungry than Steph, Draymond, and Klay are right now. But Boston just, to me, there's a toughness factor I think that is in Boston's favor. I mean, when the going gets tough, it just seems like I don't know. I say it, but Boston has also blown some games. They've lost some close games in the playoffs as well. So it's hard to say that, but Boston, it's Boston's defensive edge, I think, is what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Well, anything I say that Boston ain't gonna take game 2 laying down. They right now there's a target on Draymond Green's neck right now, not on his back, on his neck. Draymond Green bullied the Celtics game 2. He set the tone, and it wasn't even close for the majority of the game.
Nope.
Boston's not going to set. They're not going to take that laying down. It's going to be.
But that's what he wants. He wants that target. He wants them to be focused on him while his boys do their thing. That's brilliant.
But this is going to be a shift. I think this, I think I mentioned before. I think I said Warriors in 5. I think I lied. I think this is going to go. I think it's going to go a stretch. I think Golden State will win one in Boston to regain home court advantage. I think they win Game 5 in Golden State. Boston wins Game 6. Golden State wins Game 7. I think it's close to what people want to say it is. I think because there's certain parts of Golden State that is like sometimes they get a little too cute, a little too cavalier sometimes, and they definitely got cute in the fourth quarter of the first game.
Absolutely.
So I just. Maybe,
and like I said, I don't think you can coach the NBA Finals the way you coach the regular season. No. In the regular season, you're trying to get Steph Curry off of his feet for a couple minutes here and there and spare him some minutes. You can't. I just don't think you can do that in this particular case. It was almost like Golden State felt like they could just step on the gas whenever they wanted to again in that first game. And in the second game, they just never let off the gas. And when they went off in the third quarter of this game, I said, that first game ain't happening again here. This one's going to be over. And then I went and watched wrestling.
All right. Speaking of that, fellas, Be Live, who you got to win the series?
I got Golden State in 7.
Okay.
I'm switching up. I got Golden State in 7.
Scottie D, what say you?
Yeah, I'm still going to say Golden State, but I'm not nearly as convicted of it as I was before. I before the series started, I said I liked them in 6 games because we were hearing a 4-letter network. Everybody on there was saying, man, I just don't really think Boston can hang with these guys. I'm like, why? These guys are tough. They're good. And these guys, what the little dude with the mushroom hair that had all the 3-pointers, what's his name? Little guy.
I forgot. They had all the 3-pointers.
Are you talking about Derek White?
That guy. He had a great game in the previous series where he shot the lights out. Remember? And he's a series favorite, and he was hot again in Game 1. And Smart can get hot. I mean, they got a lot of weapons. Boston's guys maybe aren't as as lauded as Golden State. Yeah, but they can play, and I thought that a lot of the analysis was overlooking Boston pretty quickly, like pretty dismissive of that team, and we're saying we think Jason Tatum is in the process of establishing himself as a star, and I think when he gets to Boston, it's gonna be hard to stop him. What say you, Eddy Kool? Are you still sticking with Golden State?
Dubs in 7 is going to be a slugfest because, as we already see from Games 1 and Game 2, I don't expect it to be any of it. It's going to be back and forth. It's going to be tight. It's going to be contested. But I think that 7th game, the experience factor for Golden State is going to kick in, and they're going to run away with it. That's what the cool man says himself. And speaking of playoffs, fellas, the Stanley Cup playoffs, we got the conference finals. The New York Rangers and the Tampa Bay Lightning over in the East, and the Colorado Avalanche, formerly known as the Quebec Nordiques, and the Edmonton Oilers. Scottie D, the Oilers and Connor McDavid are in a definite hole.
It's over.
It's over with.
It is over with.
It is over with because I just from what I've been seeing, like Colorado is just showing no signs of like letting off the gas pedal. No,
and this Nathan McKinnon seems to be the best player on the ice right now in all of hockey of the teams that are remaining that I've seen. Colorado is a team that underachieved in the postseason the last couple of years, and it seemed like this year they were just determined to get it right. And the odds makers picked them before the season. I went with them. I put a few bucks on them, and they have been animals in the playoffs. They're putting up a lot of goals. They're putting up a lot of goals. Even the first game, they gave up 6, they scored 8.
Yeah.
And then they went up to Edmonton, and Edmonton really had the door slammed in their face whenever they couldn't win their first game at home. By the time you're listening to this series might be over. Maybe Edmonton won, and then Colorado goes for the gentleman's sweep at home. That one's over. Colorado is over. The other side, though, the Rangers really look good, and the Penguins had them beat. We had them beat. They were up 3-1 and up 2-0 in the second period. And then in Game 7, they were up by a goal with 5 minutes to go. And here they are. The Rangers are still thriving. They couldn't beat Carolina on their ice until Game 7. Carolina just couldn't get a road win, and that ultimately cost them. But the Rangers then they go home against the Lightning and lights out in the first 2 games. And then the Lightning get back home, and I think, all right, they got 2 chances at home. They're going to even the series up. They're going to get back comfortable. And they darn near blew the first game. They were down 2-0 and had to really fight to come back. Their goaltenders looked shaky, but I thought he looked a lot better in Game 3. The first couple games, he looked like kind of overwhelmed in New York to me in the first couple games, but he looked a lot more steady. And once he got into the game in Game 3, and where they scored with 40 some seconds left, I think I was once again thinking we got overtime hockey coming up here, and thankfully it didn't happen, because overtime hockey is never know when that's going to end. So I was happy to see that. So we got us a really tight series in that one. I still kind of like Tampa Bay to pull that out, but what a season saver though, to score that goal with 40 some seconds left and to take that game at home. They go down 3-0 there, and they got big problems, because that Rangers team, they just look like they're hungry, and they looked to me, they look faster. They look like tougher and getting to the puck quicker and controlling the zones quicker in the first couple games. Yeah, you haven't really seen that with the Lightning, because the last couple of years they've been easily the best team in hockey. So lots of fun to be had yet in this NHL Eastern Conference Finals.
Yep, the Rangers are hot. They remind me of the Giants the year they won the Super Bowl. The Rangers they're a hot team. They're a hot team. I mean, I was like, damn, we couldn't beat the Rangers. We had their number in the regular season. Damn you, New York Rangers. And Reese was like, the Rangers are going to win. I'm like, no, they're not. And then I'm looking at them, I'm like, it's a possibility. But look, hey, you still.
But the Rangers were 3-0 against Tampa in the regular season this year. So this isn't a fluke that they're beating them. They beat them 3 times in the regular season and the first 2 times in the postseason. So to beat that team 5 in a row, that's saying something. The Rangers are no joke. Yeah,
I think Tampa Bay has the shortest window as a defending Stanley Cup champion. Because you remember when they won it during the pandemic. And then when they played bubble hockey, and then 4 months later, the season started. And then now this season started with the full 82 games. And so now it's like the past 3 years of hockey has been real tight.
True.
Real tight. And I don't know if we're seeing the signs of tightly contested hockey, or if New York is just that damn hot. And speaking of hot, B-Live did say it was hot in New York. And guess who got a hot contract? Aaron Donald gets a bunch of money. I think he's getting what?
So y'all just gonna cut me out from the hockey talk. Y'all ain't gonna let a brother say nothing.
Well, go ahead, B-Live.
Let me. Can I say something?
We was fine.
I just want to say one name.
All right, go ahead.
Y'all talk about Tampa Bay and New York Rangers, all that. One name, Igor Shesterkin, the goalie for the Rangers. That kid is stopping everything in the net. It's unreal to watch him. He did it at Game 7 against Carolina. He's doing it all over again against Tampa Bay. Mind you, just swept the best team in all of hockey. And Shesterkin said, "Hold on, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Igor. The dude is stopping everything in the net." Now you can talk about Aaron Donald. That's all I needed. That's all I need. Okay.
You're right. Shesterkin's going to get the.
I'm sorry.
Whatever.
That sounded better.
The Conn
sounded better. Shesterkin. How you say it?
Yeah. Shesterkin.
That sounded better. All right.
Yeah, he's gonna win the award for best goalie of the season. I mean,
Conn Smythe.
No. That's a Vezina. That's a Vezina, right?
Sure, Vezina. Yeah.
No. Vezina is the hockey one. That's one for the goalie.
Yeah.
Goalie. Yeah. The Vezina is one for the goalie. Conn Smythe is the one for the playoff MVP.
Right. Yeah.
And speaking of guys that should have been MVP, Aaron Donald gets a bunch of damn money, and deservedly so. And then he also signed with Kanye West's sports agency. I don't know how the hell that came about. Scottie D, what do you think about Aaron Donald getting a whole bunch of damn money?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I was not surprised, because did we really? I mean, I didn't really buy the whole. I'll be satisfied if my career is over after 8 years. That interview he gave 2 weeks ago. Yeah, if that's it, then I'm okay with that. And this isn't about money, but it is a business. That's about money, Aaron Donald. That's exactly what you're doing. You're negotiating to the press.
Yeah.
You are negotiating. It's not about money, but it's kind of a business. It's kind of about money. That's exactly what it is. That's what it is. You already had a contract. You're talking about never playing again.
You ain't fooling nobody. No. Nobody. When this happened, I was like, yeah. And
8 years, and the guy's at the top of his game, and he's just coming up from a Super Bowl. He's ready to live the good life out there, anyways. No, he was not going to retire. This was clearly a negotiation ploy, and it paid off.
And Scottie D's favorite phrase, Aaron Donald secured the bag.
He got the bag.
He got the bag.
That's a big bag he got.
Jesus. He's making quarterback money over. I think they said he's averaging $31.5 million a year.
Yep.
With this extension. And what was the stats? I think I had the stats somewhere of his guaranteed money. I think he's getting more guaranteed money than Matthew Stafford is. So yeah,
$65 million guaranteed.
Oh my goodness, it's getting out of hand in the NFL. I mean, this dude deserves to be paid and paid well. He's absolutely the real deal. He's a monster, one of the best we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Wow, with this money, I mean, where's it? I mean, how high is it going to go? I mean, before the bubble bursts. I mean, it's incredible.
It's the TV deals.
TV deals.
Now, because of these TV deals, I got to find a way to subscribe to Amazon Prime to watch a game of games on Thursday now. They're exclusively on Amazon Prime. So I've got to find two.
I'll
can't say that on the air.
I will not give you my password, B-Live. You will pay out the pocket.
Are you not catching the hit? I'll say I will have to find a way, wink, wink, to subscribe to Amazon Prime. Prime, yes. So we're trying to get sponsorship money.
Jeff Bezos, maybe he's the one that's actually making Aaron Donald be able to get this money. Bezos finally put his foot in the arena.
Between Bezos and Amazon Prime, and then wherever Fox Sports is getting their money, because they've got paid rights into NFL, and then on top of that, they're going to pay freaking Tom Brady $375 million to talk about football. You can give me $375,000, I promise you, man. And give me $375,000 and give me 9 middle names too. I promise you, I got you, Fox Sports. You can save your money.
I do it for the seats.
The seats.
What would you do? Seats. I do it for the seats of the game. Just at
the game, right?
Yeah. Like you said, be like, get me to the damn game.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't even have to own the RV to get to the game. Just let me stay on the RV. Just let me get a quick shower. Boom, boom, we're there. And that's, hey, don't even have like they had the Madden bus. You had the Be Live bus. Then we in there. Let's go. $375,000 exclusive. Man, $375 million. Where y'all get this money from?
Yeah,
from us.
Yeah,
tickets.
Yeah. Watching and consuming. Yeah, speaking of John Madden, we'll talk about him in a round of paper later on. But real quick, I looked up something on CBS NFL Sports, and it said specifically about Aaron Donald's contract. Specifically, Donald is set to receive a $40 million raise. This is in big, bold letters too, all right? By the Rams, and will see $95 million in totality on his contract that runs through 2024. Over the next 2 seasons, Donald will be guaranteed $65 million as the contract is structured. Donald will then have the ability to either retire or return in 2024 for an additional $30 million guaranteed. The deal includes a no trade clause per ESPN.
Wow.
What are we doing?
That's a nice contract. Good for his agents.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say he didn't earn. Brother's been balling. He first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Like it's just the dude is nasty with it. I mean, he right now, hey, get every bit that you can, bro. Aaron Donald is now sitting atop of the world when it comes to the NFL. I applaud you. Keep putting in that work. Oh my God, I'm feeling the itch of the NFL and college football. I need it to happen sooner rather than later because we're almost at the end of NBA and NHL. So ain't gonna be much.
Well,
left.
I mean, the USFL's still on, so there's always that.
Hey, guess what?
Shout out to the Birmingham. What's that?
Stallions. Yeah.
And Uncle Max's Birmingham Stallions. I think they've already qualified for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Just want to throw that in there. Uncle Max is he's a Sports Bros Hall of Famer. We gotta, he's a fan of it. We're gonna report it. Yes, sir.
And speaking of the USFL, I think they're playing a championship game in Canton, Ohio. Yeah, not too far from me, so I might have to make an appearance to go see some guys. Not. I don't know. I'm just saying, hey, it's good. It's good for historic purposes. Where were you when the first USFL championship game was played? I was there. All right, and to go ahead and wrap up this Aaron Donald conversation, he said, I'm locked in to get us another ring. Why not? All right. He said at SoFi Stadium, getting chills thinking about it. Let's go to work. Opposing offenses and quarterbacks are in trouble. I'm just hoping Sam Darnold don't see no damn ghost this upcoming season. But fellas, as I'm looking at my watch with our logo on it, guess what time it is?
What time is it? What we got going on besides this?
What's happening? What's going on in the world today?
No, that's the beginning of the show.
Wrong line.
That's the beginning. You're supposed to go.
You got one more time, Scott.
Yes, sir.
Oh boy! With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, as I'm looking at a bunny rabbit in the backyard over here, it is time for another edition of our favorite portion of the show, the choices of the voices.
I almost cussed for real.
Before B-Live cusses, hey, yo, button, hit it. Choices of the voices coming up after this.
And now, our favorite part of the show, the choices of the voices.
Once again, thank you to the wonderful and ever so lovely Miss Button for introducing our favorite portion of the show. You heard the woman 150 plus times. This is the choices of the voices. I'm still standing up. I'm having fun. And you know how we do it. We ask you the questions. You give us the answers, and then we talk about it. Almost botched that up, but I'm a bad mama jamma. But I still get it right. With that being said, Scottie D, what's the question for this week's choices of the voices?
Well, we revisited the must-see athlete category, giving you guys another chance to tell us who your current must-see athlete is, who makes you want to stop in front of the TV and pause and say, I'm watching this, who makes you say, hey, I got to get to the TV at 8 o'clock. I'm watching this guy play. I'm watching this gal play. Who is the must-see athlete? Who gets you going, revs you up? Eddy Kool, what did the people say?
All right, we got several of them, and here we go. For the first time ever, we posted the choice of the voices question on Twitter, and guess what? We got a bite on the hook. So here we go.
Okay.
His name is Pete. His last name starts with an M. I don't want to butcher his last name. So out of respect, he will be Pete M. From
Pete M. Yeah. Welcome, Pete M.
Pete M. All right. He says, all right, must see for me with hoops. He said, must see is tough with me. Hoops, football, baseball, because we get to see the top dogs on a regular basis. As a huge boxing fan, I'll throw a few at you. Only get to see these guys perform 2, maybe 3 times of the year, so you can't miss it. He said Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Tyson Fury, and Canelo.
Yeah. Well, 2 of them guys are getting ready to fight each other here coming up. That is must see right there. Errol
Without
Spence.
question.
Oh man, we've been wanting to see this fight, Spence and Crawford, for a long time. So that's That's a really good answer, actually. I had my mind hadn't even gone towards that as an answer, but that is a must-see match. I mean, I'm watching that. I don't know when that exactly is coming up, but I'm watching that one.
I think that's a definite. That is whenever they announce it, when they put that on the calendar, yes. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah, that's the definition of what your question was. Like,
and to speak on Tyson Fury, he actually the last couple of years made himself into a celebrity. Mm-hmm. I mean, he not only did he go out and just dominate the heavyweight division the last couple of years, but his ring entrances, his interviews, his celebrity appearances, being in the WWE first of all. I mean, Tyson Fury really built himself into a celebrity status. His last boxing match, I don't even remember the guy he fought. It became kind of must-see TV. You're like, that's an event. I want to see Tyson Fury. It's an event. And the best boxers and the more exciting, memorable boxers throughout history have done that. They turned their fights into an event. So that's a good call on that.
Yeah, when it comes to Tyson Fury, he can fight an empty refrigerator box. Don't matter. I got to see it.
Tyson Fury literally just filled a football stadium for a boxing match. 90,000 people in attendance at Wembley Stadium. 90,000 plus. That's right. Yeah, that's next level. That is next level. You know, people come to see football matches, soccer matches, see all these team sports. But literally there was 90,000 people to watch Tyson Fury. Again, nobody remembers the guy he faced. No, Tyson Fury's name was on that card. There's a few people they might have been there for the whole boxing match, but I guarantee you the majority of those 90,000 people, they were there to see Tyson Fury. So those are all good answers.
And it looks like Spence and Crawford might be October around the 15th, I think is what they're saying. Yeah, it's not definite yet from what I'm reading, but that could be I circle that one on the calendar kind of thing for sure.
Yeah.
So thank you, Pete M.
Yeah, Pete M. Pete's a good guy, great fellow, man, great fellow. So so shout out. Hey, also check us out on Twitter. All right, Sports Bowls PCast on Twitter, and we'll post the questions from the choices of the voices up there. Moving forward as well too. All right, here we go. Matty Ice, Martin Tracy. He said, "I will try to keep my answers short." What? He says, I watched Tom Brady because I always wanted to better understand how the pyramids were made and what all their funny writings meant. First generation alien bloodline. So he said Thomas, Edward, Patrick, Carmichael, Ellington, Wellington, Montalban, Brady the Fifth.
Esquire, attorney at law.
Esquire, attorney at law.
But he's right. Brady still must see. I mean, he is. When Brady's on TV, he gets ratings and people watch.
$375 million to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, we might be tired of him, but he's gonna be must listen in another year or two.
I guess. I mean, you could.
That's silly to me to give out that kind of money because. Why are you giving that out? We're not watching to listen to Tom Brady, or to Troy Aikman, or to anybody. We're watching the best games that the teams that are on the field. So I think that's a lot of money to spend on announcers. These networks I think it's foolish what they're doing lately.
I don't quite understand it because it's not like I'm going to turn from Fox to NBC, not Fox to CBS during a game just because CBS has better announcers.
Right,
Never, ever going to happen. They just never, how? Nope. Who would do that? Because the announcer is better? You're going to change the game from Fox to CBS.
Ain't no way in the world.
Actually, I probably would if Doris Burke was doing the game.
I knew it.
Which she's not doing the NBA Finals this year. It's been having Mark Jackson and Van Gundy.
I got you one better there, Scotty, my boy. Because I don't know if you've heard about Drew Brees and NBC Sports parting ways.
Yeah.
But guess who they have in consideration to take over Drew Brees' role at NBC? Just take a wild guess, Scotty D.
John Gruden.
No. Come on, Scotty D. I'm asking you. I'm asking you because you should know this better than anybody else. Come on. I believe you can guess it.
Roger Staubach.
Come on.
Who?
You're getting a hint. Eddy
Who?
Kool's giving you a hint.
Oh, I did see that. Actually, yes, I did see it. Jason Garrett. Yes, I did see that.
I'll say get them. Oh my God!
Didn't the USFL bring him in? Wasn't he doing a USFL game or something?
I think he was. Yes, he was working for the
he
NBC
must have
broadcast.
just knocked it right out of the park.
USFL, hey, building careers, baby.
Oh my goodness!
I told you, he was like, well, this week we got the Raiders and the 49ers, and everybody seemed to be a good job there in the truck. Can you quit?
Oh yeah.
In the truck.
He'll describe to you how each of these players plays football the right way. He's a damn good football player. What a heck of a football player. He plays football the right way. What a good football player. I can just hear him now. Geeky, dorky Garrett. He coached my team for 9 years. Next.
That old clapping ass Jason Garrett. All right, moving right along. We got Joey Buckets, Joey Gaffigan. He said LeBron and Tiger.
Yeah.
I think can't go wrong with that. I'm not turning on my TV to watch LeBron James. I mean, well, I think at the end of the day, though, that is LeBron fatigue. It's not necessarily anything against him. He's going into his 20th season. He's going to get all the airtime in the world, especially around that time when he does break Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's scoring record. That's going to happen. As much as I can see the Facebook post now, the greatest of all. No, he's not.
Or whenever he plays with his son, if that actually comes to fruition, that's when they say holding on to play year with the son, and that'll be all over the TV too. That'll be another.
I still ain't seen this kid play actually really good basketball. I still ain't seen it yet.
So I've never seen him play.
I've seen some highlights. I've seen some highlights and they talk good about him. It's the boy.
A lot of pressure on that kid.
A lot of freaking pressure. I wouldn't want that at all. I mean, I guess he's being groomed for it. You know, it's been this has been talked about forever.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's all this pressure on because if he ends up not being good, he's going to be poor.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. Congratulations to LeBron James being their first ever active NBA player to be a billionaire.
Yeah.
That's 9 zeros, people. That's 9. 3 commas. 3 commas. So
LeBron James gonna hold something.
Big money grip.
Yeah, let me hold something. All right, moving right along. We got Hunter Simboli. He says, first athlete that came to mind is Otani Shohei, or Shohei Otani for us Americans. I've ripped on him in the past, but at the end of the day, if you can touch triple digits pitching and then the same day hit a ball 480 feet and do both consistently, it's hard not to mention Shohei Otani.
I see absolutely nothing wrong with that answer. Only except for one simple thing. I am not turning on my TV 162 times to watch Otani Shohei. No, there's not 162 times. Just can't do it. But I get what he's saying. Highlights, absolutely. He is that dude, two-way player. He has his own rule just because of how good he is at both sides of the. It's just it is a sight to see.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but we don't get to see him as often because he's not on prime time very often on East Coast time, and he's buried on the Angels, and the Angels just don't get a whole ton of TV time and coverage. And they've been losing a lot lately too. Did you notice that? They've lost 11 in a row.
Wow. They're what, 500?
Yeah, they are now, as of this recording, they're 27-28. They were in first place not too long ago. They've just dropped 11 straight games.
That's not good.
I was hoping for. I was tracking at the beginning of the season. I was like, oh, the Angels are actually doing a little damage because I was sort of tracking, seeing the LA teams and the New York teams because the Mets, I don't want to talk about them. They're doing really good. The Yankees are the best team. Don't want to talk about them. The Dodgers, they got Freddie. I really don't want to talk. All right, you know what? Let's just move on. Cool. Good talk.
With that being said, the aforementioned earlier, the Hall of Famer himself, Uncle Max, he said, I always tune in to watch Aaron Donald. He's a dominant force on the field and a
Timely
rich
answer
force of that
there.
too. Yeah, real time answer.
This was before he got that. He answered this before he got this contract renegotiation, extension, etc. And he got a few commas and zeros added to his bank account.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in my bank account. Oh, my bad. I just had a moment there. All right, so moving right along. Last but not least, the best name in the game, Joe Comfort. He says, I'd have to say Connor McDavid of the Edmonton Oilers. He took the NHL by storm from the moment he entered the league. His speed, skill level, and uncanny ability to score at any given moment are a stuff of legends. He ain't doing too much this series with Colorado.
Well, he's played well in the postseason though, but yeah, this is they're having a hard time with Colorado. But I just, like I said, I think it's Colorado's year. I think it's their turn. I think they're the team of destiny. But Connor McDavid's turned to Edmonton around, and he's delivering. I mean, this kid was the most hyped kid coming into the NHL since Sidney Crosby, and he's living up to it. So
he has.
Yeah, they're like there was definite talk that if there was going to be anybody that was going to come close to Wayne Gretzky, there was Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid's name did appear in those talks. So that's next level. I mean, Wayne Gretzky. I mean,
nobody's coming anywhere near Gretzky. Gretzky's stats are ridiculous. You go back and look there. I mean, nobody's even in that neighborhood anymore. I mean, it takes 2 seasons to accomplish. For the best players to accomplish what Gretzky did yearly back then. Yeah.
What he got, like a 200-point season or something asinine like
something
that?
Something ridiculous. Yeah, he was ridiculous.
200-point season, 82 goals, 72 was what the heck? What?
Yeah.
Every offensive possession, Wayne Gretzky touched the puck. Yeah. So it's assists, second assist, what they call a hockey assist.
Yeah.
Goal. Wayne Gretzky touched it, but they try to hype up the new, and Connor McDavid's name is up there, so that he is something to watch. Unfortunately, Edmonton, the pride of Alberta, the pride of all of Canada at this point, because see what happened was, Colorado's just too hot. That game should be on right now, Game 4, as we are recording. All right, we shall see.
I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. With that being said, shout out to Pete M from Twitter, Matty Ice, Martin Tracy, Joe Gafkin, Joey Buckets, Hunter Simboli, Uncle Max, and the best name in the game, Jojo Comfort, for their participation in this week's Choices of the Voices. Must-see athletes, Scottie D, who you got?
It's got to be the whole Pittsburgh Pirates team right now, because they are in the last 10 games are 7-3, including a sweep at the Dodgers. Okay, that's the must-see team. Come back, Eddy Kool. So, I thought when thinking baseball, I do think Aaron Judge is very must-see right now because he's just having a monster year. He's on a contract here, so he's got to get that money. He's trying to catch up with LeBron. He's playing himself possibly out of New York. If you can price yourself out of the Yankees, that'd be incredible. But I mean, he's incredible right now. A couple NBA guys, I'm just not going to go there right now. I'm just going to say the most obvious one out there, the most obvious athlete who's must see. Micah Parsons, baby. Micah Parsons going to lead the Dallas Cowboys to the Super Bowl this year. You can get and bank on it. We don't need Dak Prescott to be great. We got Micah Parsons, and that completes the Lakers, Cowboys, Yankees sweep of the week. Be live. Over to you.
I'll be damn, he did it again.
See, so what have we created?
A whole monster.
We created a mess.
Still got lots of show left too. Lots of show to go.
I mean, eventually, at some point in time, all roads lead to Dabo. I mean,
here we go.
Hunter Renfroe catching noms.
Hunter Renfroe's your must-see athlete.
I'm waiting to see what Las Vegas Raiders do this year with Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfroe, and Derek Carr at the helm, and maybe Colin Kaepernick as their backup.
I will say this. I think Hunter Renfroe is going to get a lot of looks this year because you got Devontae. they're gonna try to double up on Devontae, which means he'll be free. So I mean, you can't
do that.
You can't cover everybody. One of the best route runners in the league. Go ahead, B-Live. I'm giving the Clemson guy credit. Go ahead.
Yeah, you did that. I may. It's recorded too.
I took your answer, didn't I? I said Micah Parsons. I
you
took your
ab-
answer.
you absolutely
I'm sorry.
did not.
I'm sorry. You're going to say Aaron Judge. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Here's what we're not going to do is not follow suit with his little the most popular, the most highest valued freaking franchises. Don't make no American team or whatever.
Pirates.
No, this, you know what? I'm not going to play. I'm not going to.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to lean. You said it was Pete M off of Twitter that gave the answer about. I am 1,000% with him when it comes to must see because his answer was on point. We get to see our favorite NFL players 17 weeks plus 2 weeks, and if they're the Cowboys, you only get to see them for preseason and the regular season because postseason don't get to see much of them. I mean, same thing with the Lakers. I mean, they didn't even make the play-in. I mean, so Yankees, they're the best team in baseball, so you got a chance there. But basketball, same thing. Hockey, you get to see these players a lot. But when it comes to fighting, boxing, MMA, UFC, you only get to see him a couple of times a year. So my answer has not changed. It's still the same way as it was asked before. My must-see athlete is Israel, the last style bender, Adesanya.
I can respect that.
And I'm going to do you one even better because Eddie Vereen, I'm going to do your best impersonation, but on a real level, because how you make up all these different names for Tom Edward, Fitzpatrick, Brady, Carmichael, attorney at law, this is Israel's legal name. And according to Wikipedia, maybe it's got multiple sources, but is Israel Mobolaji Odunyayo Oluwafemi Temetayo Owolabi Adesanya. Yes, all of that.
11 of them.
The whole thing, if you will. The last style bender. Man, the dude is just magical when he's in the octagon. I hated it when he tried to move up in weight and he did catch a couple of losses, but he is still the UFC middleweight champion. I don't see anybody touching him in that weight class. He was really just trying to elevate himself to maybe being a dual champion in multiple weight classes. It did show a little bit of a flaw in his game, but dude, when he's in there, just the finesse, the style, he still has power, reach, and the many different ways he can hit you. It's an art form. So anytime he's on the card, I guarantee you, I am watching. Eddy Kool, what say you?
July 2nd. That's his next one. Circled
up.
Jared Cannonier.
Already circled, baby. Let's get it.
All right. So what say me? Last time, I think I picked two athletes. I think I picked Ricochet.
Yes.
And and Jared Lorenzen. R.I.P.
the hefty lefty.
Yeah, the hefty lefty. R.I.P. Jared Lorenzen. I mean, look, to be that big and throw a football like that, come on now. Come on.
Yeah.
R.I.P. But really,
come on. Now. I'm just saying, man. To see a guy that size throw a ball like that, come on now. He was Big Ben before Big Ben was Big Ben. All right.
Yeah.
But on a serious note, I will say that the must-see athlete, active, will be one Wardell Stephen Curry. For somebody that started their career on a slow note, on a low note, if you said, every other year it was some bad ankles, like, oh, Stephen Curry, the guy from Davidson with the bad ankles. But it was something about that magical night, I think back in 2013 in Madison Square Garden, where he introduced the world to Steph Curry. And since then, he's been cooking. Revolutionized the game. Scottie D, I know you hate the three ball. I understand it because I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm like, whatever happened to going on a fast break? Hey, let's go get a dunk. Nah, I'm gonna run down the court. Oh, somebody's open. Let's shoot for three. It's goofy.
But Eddie, he's the best ever at it. So I love watching him do it.
Yeah.
I just don't like the fact that everybody in the league tries to be him because you can't, because he's the best to ever do it.
Yeah.
And he's absolutely must see.
Yeah.
He put on a show on Sunday night.
Yeah. I don't want to see Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
No.
I don't want to see.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to see Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Rudy Gobert is always going to be synonymous with COVID-19.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one wants to see Rudy Gobert doing that. No one wants to see Joel Embiid do that. No one wants to see. I'm talking about.
Joel Embiid. Come on now, Joel. Embiid.
Not what Steph does. No, no. Nobody's like Steph.
I'm gonna make that argument because Joel Embiid's a big man that's got the range.
Yeah.
See, I know Scott's gonna be. He's getting frustrated, but
He
Joel
doesn't have
Embiid,
the range.
He can hit the three ball. What you mean?
I could hit one too once in a while, but nobody can do it like Steph Curry does.
Joel Embiid stretches the game like no other big man has before him.
Yeah.
Bruh, come on. There's a reason why he's in the talk for MVP every year.
That's
I'll
true.
see Joel Embiid. Yeah, Rudy Gobert, nah, nobody's trying to see him. Joel Embiid, I'll watch a few games with him. But yes, Wardell, Stephen Curry, yes, is must see. Yeah.
Yeah, he is must see. Like, and I was kind of like every time, like the last few times he was injured, I was like, oh man, because the reason that I would stay up and watch those 10 o'clock games because it would be like Golden State versus somebody. I don't care. I just want to see Steph Curry. I just want to see Steph Curry just walk out the locker room, and put one up. I just want to see Steph Curry talking to his kids and Aisha, put one up. Effortlessly. I mean, he's a great player, and the day he retires, we will miss him. But in the meantime, let's see what he does. And the big debate about him is, well, will this tarnish his legacy if he doesn't get in Finals MVP? First of all, who cares? Who cares? I mean, it would be a nice addition to his already loaded resume, but
let's put it this way:
whatever.
the only reason he wouldn't get Finals MVP this year is if the Warriors don't win.
Yeah,
that's the only way he's not getting it this year. So
let's be honest, he should have got it before. Andre Iguodala is a nice player, but Steph Curry was the MVP of that team in 2015, whatever it was. That's great.
Iggy wasn't that damn nice. Iggy was nice, but he wasn't that damn
nice. He had a great series, but
not Finals MVP.
That was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. I mean, Steph Curry was what made that team go, and Iguodala got the. Give me a break with that.
They were like, and the Finals MVP goes Andre Iguodala. My whole beard hit the ground.
So say what? Iggy?
He's still playing.
He's still. Well, is he still playing now?
Yeah, he's back. He's back on the Warriors.
Yeah, he's back on the North.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I thought, I thought I seen him between him and Udonis Haslem. But at least Iggy's still playing. Udonis Haslem was upset walking in the locker room after playing 2 minutes a game. I like, bro, why is you so upset for you? You contributed nothing. You are old. We are the same age. You are.
He didn't play that bad in the first game, but whatever.
Udonis Haslem, aka I'm gonna choke Dwight Howard whenever I see him. If I had enough of your mess as a person, hilarious and funny. All right, with that being said, it's been another action-packed edition of the Choices of the Voices. Scottie D, what's on tap for next week?
All right, so next week we're going to talk a little baseball here. You're a baseball general manager. Which pitcher-catcher combo would you rather have? Crash Davis and Nuke LaLoosh from Bull Durham, or Jake Taylor and Ricky Wild Thing Vaughn from Major League? That is your choices. Which pitcher-catcher combo would you rather have? Crash and Nuke, or Jake Taylor and the Wild Thing? That is what we're talking in next week's episode. That'll give us something to talk about.
Bull Durham or Major League. See, here's the worst part about that. When you started with the question, and you said the first. I'm over here thinking of current MLB.
MLB, yeah.
I'm like, Crash, what? Who? Say what? And then I was like, oh, come on, that's bull.
Yeah.
Hey, look,
Older.
As soon as you say Crash, I'm going to Crush Davis. I'm like, Crush Davis, he's still playing? Yeah. That's all right, tune in next week to the choices of what do you say? You want to say something, Scottie, before we get up out of here?
I said that's just who you get your choice of. Those two pitcher catcher combos.
Yep. Choose a pair, a battery, if they call it.
The battery.
The battery. Positive, negative, batteries, chargers, all this stuff. Choice of the voices. Next week. Coming up next, a round of pepper. Just don't sneeze, baby. That's all I ask. Don't sneeze.
Okay, boys, let's bring it home with a round of pepper.
Well, it's time for us to go home and get what I call the hell up out of here. But before we go, we got a round of pepper. You know how we do it. 3 topics, rapid fire style, kind of, sort of, not really, here to engage, enlighten, educate, and entertain. And with that being said, I'll go first. On this day back in 1966, the MLB draft took place. The New York Mets passed on Reggie Jackson to select Antelope Valley High School catcher Steve Chilcott at number 1. And how'd that turn out for the Mets, huh?
No do-overs.
Yeah, no do-overs. Yeah, they got stuck with Pete Chilcott's daddy. I'm joking, but yeah, Reggie Jackson went to have on a Hall of Fame career, and Steve Chilcott is on a milk carton somewhere. Have you seen me? We haven't. Over to you, Scottie D.
All right. Speaking of baseball, I've been watching a good bit of baseball lately. The Buccos are hot, so I'm watching a little bit more. The Yankees are playing well. I'm watching baseball, and I've noticed a little thing that's starting to get on my nerves. A pitcher throws over to first base, pickoff move, which they've been doing for 1 billion years, and fans boo in the home stadium. Quit doing that. Be live, over to you.
It's all right. That quick, straight to the point. I'm a sick with a little baseball myself because there's a few things that make baseball very intriguing. Some things are just really rare, diamond in the rough that you just never see. Have you ever? I'm asking 2 of you. Have you ever seen a player, switch hitter, hit a home run from the left side of the plate and the right side of the plate? Have you seen that in the same game?
Sure, yeah.
You've seen that in the same game, right? How about the same inning?
Have not seen that.
No.
In the same inning, this happened not once, but twice on the same day. 2 different teams. College baseball. ECU's Bryson Worrell.
Oh, they're hot.
Switch hitter. Mm-hmm. Yes, they are. They beat Coastal Carolina. I'm not going to talk about that. ECU's Bryson Worrell and Auburn. Man, oh man. Auburn's Cole Foster, June 3rd. Both of them, same inning, hit a left-handed home run and a right-handed home run. Switch hit home run happened twice, same day, June 3rd. College baseball championship. I couldn't believe it. Eddy Kool, the ball.
All right, here we go. Speaking of the ball, I wish I had a screen I could bust through because, boom, guess who's going to be on the cover of Madden 23? The late, great, the legend himself, John Madden. For the first time since the year 2000, John Madden will be on the cover that bears his namesake, Madden 23. All right. Real quick, if you haven't seen, I haven't seen the Thanksgiving special they did on Madden, like right before he passed away, but I got a chance to see, A Football Life, Madden. I recommend you go watch that and also go watch Vince Lombardi's A Football Life as well, too. John Madden, boom, see you here, Allie, turducken, all that. Gracing the cover of Madden 2023, and it will be his photo will be from the first edition of Madden that was dropped back in 1988.
Excellent.
Yep. Over to you, Scottie D.
Eddy Kool, you have homework. Watch that Thanksgiving special before we have the next episode. I'm telling you, tearjerker. Scottie D, my bad.
Cut onions, got you.
Okay, so Rafael Nadal just won the French Open yet again. I think that's his 24th Grand Slam title that he won. I think that's 2 more than Federer and the Joker, and he stands alone. But another thing I noticed when I was watching a little bit of this tournament was Coco Gauff was playing. I don't know the girl's name. Coco Gauff would win this match, but I don't know the girl she's playing. But the girl screamed every time she hit the ball, every one. As somebody who works out, sometimes you groan a little bit, you exhale, you push, you don't have to scream every time you do that. Quit doing that.
Quit doing it. We have a theme. We have a theme. All right. Switching gears real quick. All 3 of us want to talk about it, but I'm gonna go ahead and just pepper it up real quick. We just witnessed this past Sunday WWE's on one of their premier live pay-per-views. This would be Hell in a Cell. Well, let me say just a quick little history. Hell in a Cell. It's actually a cage that gets dropped down. There's no escaping the cage, etc., but somehow they find a way to escape the cage. They have all kinds of crazy. Well, the name of the pay-per-view is Hell in a Cell. So you would think there would be matches, plural, in Hell in a Cell. There was actually only one match that was in Hell in a Cell. And this match should not have happened because clearly Cody Rhodes was injured. Now it was a big story because he default torn pectoral muscle off of the bone.
Ow.
Who are you trying to please?
Stay home.
If you're trying to please anybody that actually likes this type of grotesquerie, they need help. Serious psychological help. Cody Rhodes, you didn't need to do this. Now you're going to be on the shelf for 6 months to a year for no reason. Just get better. I hope you get better. But there was no reason to have this fight. Eddy Kool, the ball.
Grotesquerie.
And when the crowd saw that, it was like, ooh, terrified. All right, quick shout out to Anvil card. If you see here, you probably can't see it, but I got a Honus Wagner card. Shout out to Mike for sending me this. I like it. I appreciate it. He reached out to us via our Instagram account. It comes with a nice stand, a piece of bazooka bubble gum, if I can find it. I haven't chewed it yet. It's an artifact. And shout out to Mike, Anvil cards. Check him out on Instagram. Over to you, Scottie D.
Send me one. That thing's worth $22 million. All right. So competitiveness, togetherness, and accountability. That is the mantra for the new Lakers head coach, Darvin Ham. Am I happy that the Lakers signed Darvin Ham? Yes. And I'll tell you why. Because his name is not Mike D'Antoni, Mike Brown, Larry Brown, or Eddie Van Gundy. Time to get some new blood in there in the NBA. Let's go. Darvin Ham. Be live. Finish it up. Take us home.
All right. Short and sweet. Rule back in play, back to baseball. You're not allowed to switch from a pitcher to a position player to pitch if you are not not down by more than 5 runs during the 9-game inning. Dave Roberts found it out the hard way when he was down by 5 and tried to put in a position player, and they were like, nope, you can't do that. You got to put in a pitcher. He said to F with it, but ended up having to put in a pitcher anyway. They ended up losing the game anyway. So, yeah, that rule was suspended for 2 years because of COVID. Is back. Position players can't pitch until after. Oh, so Zoom gonna try to cut me off? It's too hot. The pepper. Come on. Like I was saying, you can't put in a position player. If you're we
got it.
You can't put in a position player in the first 9 innings unless you're down by more than 5 runs. That's it. Dave Roberts, he's that basically when you try to put in a position player to pitch, that means you've given up on the game. Game's over. No reason to put a pitcher out there to injure his arm at all. It's over with.
I don't understand. You should be able to put anybody in any place you want. But
hey, I don't know. It's the story. You can look it up. Dodgers. Yeah. Whatever. But fellas, yeah, that was.
No, wait, wasn't if you pull a pitcher, to put him into a place in the field and then put him back into pitch. Wasn't that what it was? Isn't that what you said at the beginning?
No. Okay. This is the rule that prevents teams from using non-pitchers with a deficit of 5 runs or fewer. So he sent in a utility player, I guess a player that's not listed as a pitcher, Zach McKinstry, and they're like, ho, he's not a pitcher, and you're not down by more than 5 runs. Can't do that. That rule was suspended during 2020 and 2021 because of COVID and all the health, blah, blah, blah. But that's been a rule. We just forgot about it.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I didn't forget about it because I never knew about it. But
Dave Roberts said, "Oopsie." Yeah, and that's.
But yeah, that's. And let me see. I had it up just a second ago. Boom. Colorado's up on Edmonton currently right now. I think 1-0 Colorado. So brooms may be coming out. And one last thing, fella.
What's up, Broom? What's up?
Well, the next time we record, I'm gonna be a little bit older. So
so will I. I'm gonna be a week older.
You know what? Just end the show.
Happy birthday, Be Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and wish the almighty Be Live a happy birthday right now. And in closing, do something nice for yourself.
Wait.
What?
Whoa. Whoa.
Hold on.
Is this going to be 4-0?
Yes, sir.
Aha. That's a big one. We can't just brush by that one. Happy, bro. Welcome to the 40s. Happy birthday. This is 40.
I only like the way you said that. Welcome to the 40s. Like I felt half my life just passed me by. I feel like with the average age, like the life expectancy, I've already lived more than half of my life.
You absolutely have. You absolutely have.
Well, I made it this far, ladies and gentlemen. Ain't no stopping us now. We're gonna
I don't know. All right, time to start singing before we get a copyright infringement. Thank you for welcoming us back. This has been another episode of the Sports Bros Podcast. I like this standing up thing. This might be a thing for the future. And in closing, do something nice for yourself. And if you can, do something nice for someone else. They'll appreciate it now more than ever. The world is crazy. Please be a blessing and not a burden. With that being said, it's been another episode of the Sports Bros Podcast. Be Live for the last time as a 30-year-old. Take us out.
Yes, sir.
Oh, old ass Be Live.
Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening and watching another episode of the Sports Bros Podcast. See you next week. I don't know. Hey, it's Eddy Kool here from the Sports Bros Podcast. And do you want some more of the Sports Bros Podcast in your life? Wait a minute, don't answer that. The answer is yes. And I know you want some more of the Sports Bros Podcast in your life. Do us a small favor. Go to the description box, click our Linktree link, and you'll see all the links on how to follow the Sports Bros Podcast. Once again, thanks for listening.